the EPA Gateway for Caribbean ICT Services. The Information Communication and Technology (ICT) services market encompasses the range of services that assist individuals and enterprises in implementing, managing, and operating the wide variety of processes, systems, software, equipment, and peripherals that are used in the modern ICT environment. ICT is a multi-trillion-dollar industry globally, with spending on ICT services representing more than a quarter of the total market. In the EU, mobile penetration is more than 135%, which is a good indication of trading opportunities for CARIFORUM ICT professionals who can export their services in the areas addressed under the EU CARIFORUM Economic Partnership Agreement, EPA. Under this agreement, the ICT-related services are telecommunications, including telephone and information processing, computer and computer-related services, including hardware repair and maintenance, software development, data processing services, and advisory services. An important feature of ICT services is the strong vertical linkages with other industries for which it acts as a facilitator. The EPA therefore offers very broad opportunities for ICT professionals to export their skills to clients in services and manufacturing value chains. For instance, clients may be found in hotel, travel and other tourism markets, data and records management, shipping and transportation logistics industries. The EU has no limitations on cross-border services for telecommunications consulting services or telecommunications services. The EU has also committed to market opening for computer and related services, whether remotely to European consumers from the Caribbean or through Caribbean foreign direct investment in Europe. There is a strong commitment in the EU to the mobility of professionals to allow contractual services suppliers and independent professionals access to the EU market for the provision of computer services. 12 EU states have made the commitment without reservation, while others require the conduct of an economic needs test. Once you decide to export your IT services, depending on the requirements of your client, you can choose any of the 4 service delivery modes to supply your service. Mode 1 Cross-border supply. Service is provided via telecommunications or mail. Mode 2 Consumption abroad. The consumer or client travels abroad to purchase a service. Mode 3 Commercial presence. The service supplier from one country establishes a branch in the other's country to provide a service. Mode 4 Presence of natural persons. The service provider from one country travels temporarily to another country to provide a service. Arrangements for the provision of ICT service will depend on the mode of supply. These modes are explained more fully in another video on Caribbean Export Development Agency's website. While the EU is described as a common market, requirements can differ in countries. ICT consultants that want to work in the EU need to pay attention to EU commitments and restrictions on temporary movement of natural persons for business purposes. Some EU countries have no restrictions on movement of professionals for work. Others may apply restrictions to all or some categories of work permit applications, which in some cases involves an economic needs test. The EU Trade Help Desk would have more information about country restrictions. As is normal with intangible products, exporters of ICT services must comply with rules and requirements relating to intellectual property rights. More information on provisions on intellectual property and innovation is available at Caribbean Export Development Agency's website. If you are an ICT provider, such as a software or apps developer who is interested in supplying services in the EU or forming strategic alliances with EU entities, why not explore opportunities through cooperation provisions provided by the EPA? Such provisions cover business-to-business engagement, trade missions, transfer of technology and know-how, access to market information, and the promotion and regulation of e-commerce. More detailed information about the EPA is available at Caribbean Export Development Agency. Contact us at Caribbean Export for more information and technical assistance.